along for you today. Today we're going to do our unders pattern. It's a really simple underwear pattern, and I'm going to go over with you the simplest method we have with bands for the legs and the waistband, but you can also do binding in the rounds or binding flat, which we go over in our instructions manual. You can grab the pattern on our website, linked below, or you can use the same method for any underwear patterns you currently own for adults or for children. So let's get sewing.
For our unders pattern, you will want to either use jersey or rib fabric for the front, back, and liner. I am using rib fabric today with 95% cotton and 5% spandex. For the legs and waistbands, you will want to use a stretchy ribbed fabric. For this pattern, you will want to cut one front piece with a notch at center front, one back piece with a notch cut at center back, and one liner piece. Next, you'll want 2 leg bands in a stretchy ribbed fabric, and finally one waistband in a stretchy ribbed fabric. To begin sewing, first lay the front piece with the right side up, then lay the back piece with the wrong side up so the front and back piece are right sides together. Lastly, lay the liner with the wrong side facing out so the liner has its right side facing the wrong side of the back piece. I have outlined the liner piece to make it easier to see. Then serge or zigzag stitch across the crotch. Now your under should look like this with the 3 layers of the crotch sewn together. Now that the crotch is sewn, unfold the unders and lay the liner flat with wrong sides of the liner and the front together. Then pin or clip the liner, matching up the edges. For comfort and neatness, we're going to top stitch the liner down. I definitely recommend not skipping this step, but the unders will function just fine if you feel like skipping. You'll want to use a narrow cover stitch, twin needle, or zigzag stitch across, working from the right side of the unders. Next, we're going to close the side seams. Match your sides with right sides together and pin or clip in place, then serge or zigzag stitch to close. Next, we're going to close the band loops. With right sides together, fold each of the bands in half and serge or zigzag stitch along the short edge. Now that we've closed the land loops, we want to take one of our bands, fold in half with wrong sides together like a hot dog bun so that the raw edges are together and the seam allowance is hidden inside. If you are using a directional print like I am with the tigers, you want to make sure that your pattern is going in the correct direction when you fold in half. Place clips or pins along the seam edge and the notch edge of your band loop. Then line up both of those clips, which will be your center and front back of your band, and then clip the edges to make 4 equal parts of your band. Now your band should look like this with 4 equal parts. Next, we are going to attach the leg bands. With the unders inside out, insert the bands into the unders with the raw edges lined up and match up the clips. I like the seam edge to line up with the back liner seam. Next, serge or zigzag stitch around the leg openings, making sure to catch the lining in the seam. Repeat the same process for the second leg. Now your under should look like this with both of the leg bands attached to the leg openings. Next, we are going to attach the waistband. To make sure that the band fits nicely around the waist, we need to attach it evenly around the opening. To do that, you will find 4 equal sections of waist in the band loop, just as you did for the leg bands. Once you have sectioned the waist and waistband equally with the unders inside out, insert the waistband into the unders with right sides together and match up the clips. Line the seam of the waistband up with the center back of the unders. Serge or zigzag stitch around the waist. That's it. Now your unders are done.